Vintage and estate jewelry items prove that beauty only deepens with the passage of time.
It's what I keep telling myself. Often these coveted pieces are inherited. So what should you do when you find them in your possession?
That's funny. Back to, ready, Kayla? Bling it on. John Dineen of Sauls. How are you?
Good morning, ladies. Good.
Happy New Year. Good
you guys
to
as
see
well.
you.
Finally. Yes, I know.
Well, we actually received a Facebook message requesting this question, and it turns out that it's actually really popular.
Yeah.
We're focusing on estate items. What should people do, John, when they are given an estate? When you suddenly find yourself inheriting this stuff?
And that is a huge, and we get that question all the time because you know, there's such an emotional attachment to a lot of these pieces, and something might have just happened, so you don't know what to do. And just like we just talked about, you might have multiple family members involved. And so, you know, the easiest way, like we like to tell people, is first get a list. Get a list of everything you have. And we're not talking only about jewelry. There could be coins, coin collections, artwork. So there could be in estates multiple different style pieces that you might go, boy, I just don't know what to do with this stuff. But number one, importantly, I don't know what the value is of it. So we get that all the time, and people just don't know where to go. And that's what we're here for. So we deal with estates all the time, and we go out and bid on estates. We have people call us, bring them in. So it's really whatever you like to do. You can email me, email any of my locations, and just go, you know, this is what we have. Could we bring it into you? Because the number one thing is you want to find where your value is. And you don't want to lose that one coin that might be worth, you know, $2,000, $3,000, you know, just for silver value. So that's the number one thing. You want to start first at the basics, bring in what you have, or bring in a list and go, hey, do we have anything of value here? Then we can break it down for you and go, yes, here's what you have, here's your value, here's what we'd offer. But then take it back to your family and see what they want to do.
I just want to touch on something really quick. I've been into a few of your locations now, and you know, people don't know that I know you or who I am, and everybody has been so friendly and so helpful. So when he says that, he really does mean that they're there to help you get this started. So
let's take a look at some of what you brought in today, because one of my favorite things about jewelry is it doesn't go out of style. Well, yes, that too. I am going to try on one of the ones from the top row here, but let's look at some of this stuff here, because jewelry doesn't really go, it only becomes more and more classic.
You're exactly right. So a lot of these pieces here, and just like we've done vintage segments before, a lot of these pieces are older pieces. We're talking anywhere 40, 50 years older in style. Most of them are set anywhere in 10 to 14 karat gold. A lot of them have what we call mine cut diamonds in them. We've talked about those before. It's a little tough to see actually on camera, but mine cut diamonds are actually earlier stones that don't have as many facets as current day diamonds do right now. They're actually gaining more and more popularity because that vintage look to them. And that is what is absolutely amazing.
Well, the trends always come around again,
It really is.
And some of these look like wedding sets,
yes,
too.
a lot of them are wedding sets. A lot of them can also be cocktail style rings as well. You know, prices on these really do vary, because once again, you look at what you have as far as diamonds, as far as gold. It could be a couple $100s on up to a couple $1,000s. So what we really look at with the estates too is because there's that sentimental attachment a lot of times as well. We understand that, so we'll kind of try to walk you through everything.
Some beautiful pieces here on the top row.
Like
I'm
the
going
one
to
that Kayla's
slide
actually,
my hand in here too.
This is actually a piece that, once again, that's on Kayla's finger there, we actually purchased from an estate out of California, actually. This is a little over a 3 carat cushion cut right there in the center, with about a carat full of diamonds around the outside edges right there. Just a gorgeous bezel set ring right there, set down in. This was definitely a piece that from an estate is one of the larger pieces that was there, but the family decided, you know, this is something that no one, you know, wanted as far as in the family goes, so we were able to purchase it, and now it's out for sale at one of our locations. So
I'd be like, I volunteer as tribute. I will keep that piece.
But just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece.
You see my face? I was looking at our monitor over here like, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I got stuck.
You're talking about larger stones like that, and so that's really what we want to make sure everybody understands. We will do the smaller items, but also too the larger ones too. So don't think there's anything too expensive.
Well, and if family members want to divide things, obviously it makes sense maybe to sell some of those larger pieces. It's nice to keep a few things, I think, that are sentimental.
Definitely.
Of course.
Just
but
like,
sometimes there's just more than what you need. Tell us
you're
what
exactly
we're seeing
right.
here.
Gorgeous piece right here. 10 carat You know, that nice antique look pendant right there. Just absolutely gorgeous. Has about a 1/4 carat worth of diamonds right there. And then you actually get the bracelet that's right up there as well. The hinges right there you actually see are typical of more vintage style looking pieces, older pieces that you do see. That bracelet has a little over a 1/2 carat worth of diamonds right there set in the center, 14 karat white gold. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And that's what really with these vintage and estate pieces you get. Their look is just incredible, and the craftsmanship, because you're really looking at stuff that was made to, you know, 20, 30, 40 years ago a lot in most cases, and the craftsmanship they put in there is just absolutely beautiful.
Right.
It really is.
Now let's move on to, I unfortunately wasn't here last week, but I got this beautiful piece, and I'm actually going to move it to the black here so you can see the color.
Gives a little bit better look to it, being there, that yellow citrine right there.
Yes.
Just
such a beautiful necklace.
Absolutely gorgeous. Set in 18 karat white gold. Has a 1/2 carat worth of round brilliant diamonds set in there. This is not a perfectly, it's a little tough to see, but not perfectly round citrine. That's what kind of gives it that really neat, kind of unique look to it as it sits right there. We put it on a diamonds by the inch chain. Diamonds go all the way around at 14 karat. What I love about this pendant, the price point. $500 for this pendant right there, and such a great look. It can go on diamonds by the inch, or you can just put it on a basic, you know, box chain that's going to look absolutely beautiful.
And this color can go with so many different
it really can,
things.
and it really has been very popular for us. So, and then this week, staying with the vintage look.
Very cool.
These have been so popular for us because, once again, we don't see them in that often. We really have to look for estates. So this is actually set 14 karat. This is a 3 diamond set, a little over 60 points total right there with diamonds. Just an absolutely gorgeous look. If you can look from the sideways a little bit, you can kind of see that antique whole setting, how it's kind of put together. Just a great piece right there. Once again, list in most estates, you're going to be looking $2,100, $2,200. For our viewers, $800 for a great piece like that.
And it's not too soon to start looking for Valentine's Day. Pop in to any of the 6 metro locations. You can also call 402-333-STALLS. Thank you to the viewer who gave us this idea on Facebook. And if you have any specific topics for him to take on, he's happy to do it.
Please, I'd love to answer as many questions as you have.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, guys.